This is a story of a woman celebrating her 85th birthday and how she once battled and defeated cancer. The banquet hall in Atlanta, Georgia shimmered with golden balloons, flowers, and the sound of laughter echoing off the walls. Generations of family had gathered, children, grandchildren, neighbors, and old friends, all to honor Margaret as she turned 80 years old. She sat at the head of the table, wearing a soft blue dress and a pearl necklace her late husband had once given her. Her smile was gentle, but her eyes held the weight of 8 decades, years filled with both joy and storms. As her youngest granddaughter stood up to give a toast, Margaret's mind drifted back to one of the hardest battles of her life, the fight with cancer. It had been nearly 30 years ago when she was only 50. The diagnosis came on an ordinary afternoon, but the word cancer had sounded like a thunderclap. For a moment, it felt as though her entire world was collapsing, her dreams, her family, her future. She remembered sitting alone in her bedroom, staring at her reflection in the mirror, whispering, "Am I strong enough to survive this?" The treatments were grueling. The pain was relentless. There were nights she couldn't sleep, mornings she could barely lift her head. Her children tried to stay strong, but she often caught them crying quietly in the hallway. Still, Margaret refused to surrender. She told herself every day, "I want to see my children grow. I want to meet my grandchildren. I want to live." She clung to her faith, her family, and the quiet strength inside her. Every round of chemotherapy, every doctor's visit, every moment of despair, she endured them all with a determination that amazed even her doctors. And after a long, grueling battle, the day finally came when she heard the word she had prayed for: remission. Now, 3 decades later, Margaret looked around the room filled with her family, 5 children, 10 grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren. The life she had once feared she might lose was alive in every laugh, every hug, every song being sung in her honor. Her eldest son raised his glass and said, "Mom, today we don't just celebrate 80 years of your life. We celebrate your courage, your strength, and the miracle of having you here with us. You taught us how to fight, how to hope, and how to love without giving up." Tears filled Margaret's eyes as she stood slowly, leaning on her cane. The room went quiet. She smiled and said softly, "I am proof that life is not measured by the